Dear Samdach, His Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, compatriots and Jews, all caste with non-racial and religious. In the meantime, I am honored to read briefly the biography of Samdach CHOUN NAT, who was a former priest to the motherland of Cambodia at the end of the 19th century. Here is a biography of Samdach CHOUN NAT, a master of the Khmer literature. Samdach CHOUN NAT, born on March 11, 1883, died on September 25, 1969, is the late Supreme Patriarch Kanak Mahanikai of Cambodia. Amongst his achievements is his effort in conservation of the Khmer language in the form of the Khmer dictionary, his protection of Khmer identity and history in the form of the national anthem, Nagoric and Savada Khmer are also amongst his contribution to the country. Conserving the Khmer language, Venerable CHOUN NAT was the head of a reformist movement in the Khmer Buddhist Sangh, which developed a rationalist scholastic model of the Buddhism rooted in linguistic study of the Pali Canon. This new movement, known as the Dhammahanakaya, influenced young Khmer monks in the early 20th century. The new movement also cultivated Khmer language identity and culture, giving rise to the notion of Cambodia nationalism. CHOUN NAT pushed for a series of innovations in the Khmer Sangh beginning in the early 20th century. The use of print for sacked text rather than traditional method of the hand engraving, palm leaf, manuscript, a higher degree of expertise in Pali and Sanskrit study among monks, a vision of the orthodoxy based on teaching of the Vinaya text for both monks and lay people, and the modernization of teaching the method for Buddhist study. He also oversaw the translation of the entire Buddhist Pali Canon into Khmer language and the creation of the Khmer language dictionary. The French set up its protectorate over Cambodia and intended to replace the Khmer language with its own through the so-called pseudo-French intellectual. This intention to lead many Cambodian scholars to the cause of the conserving the Khmer language. One such scholar was the Samdach CHOUN NAT, a son of farmer who later became a monk. Samdach CHOUN NAT dedicated his life to upholding Buddhism and to the conservation of Khmer language in the country that was highly influenced by French colonialism. He had an extensive knowledge of the Khmer language. He was probably the most famous and most knowledgeable monk Cambodia had ever had. A master in Buddha's teaching, he was very well known around the Buddhism circle as well as very adept at languages. Throughout his life, he encouraged the use of Khmerization in both public education and religion. What Samdach CHOUN NAT mean by Khmerization was he wanted to derive new Khmer word from its ancestral root. The Malay and Sanskrit languages. For example, when the train arrived first in Cambodia, there was no Khmer word for the train. Samdach CHOUN NAT thus derived the word for train from Sanskrit and Malay word of Ayomayo, which means something that is made of metal, together with the word Jana, which means vehicle, comes the Khmer word for train, which we know today as Ayatsamayana, pronounced Ayatsamayin. However, Samdach CHOUN NAT's Khmerization was not overall accepted by all Khmers. Other scholars such as King Vansa, who were pro-French, did not find the kind of Khmer word derived from Malay and Sanskrit to be convenient. They revolutionized another kind of derivation, which they want to adopt, normalize a French word into Khmer vocabulary. The only major change was to use the Khmer alphabet to write the word rather than using the Roman alphabet used by the French. But despite the opposition, Samdach CHOUN NAT's Khmerization succeeded. He was a member of the original committee granted right after the complete Khmer Dictionary in 1915, and was credited as the founder of the dictionary, as he pushed for and finally succeeded in printing the first edition of the current Khmer Dictionary in 1967. Samdach CHOUN NAT's other contribution to Cambodia include the current national anthem, Nagoric. Nagoric was written to correspond to the motto of the nation. Nation, religion, king, as well as demonstrate the grandeur and the mighty parts of the Khmer nation. Okay, it was finished here. Okay, thank you for your listening.